See, it was probably about 3 months ago when I was giving a tour to the guys from Left Hand Brewing, and Bethany had struck up a conversation with a guy at the bar who was starting a brewery down in Vietnam. And you could.
Yeah, we just started talking about the Thai IPA that Upslope has, and he was telling me about his project. He's lived in Vietnam for about 7 years and really wanted to bring craft beer out there, and decided it was time he did it himself. So we were talking about different business plans, and he wanted to ask about equipment and a bunch of different stuff. So I introduced him to Alex, and one thing led to another. They got to talking, and now we're moving to Vietnam.
Yeah, originally I was just going to work with John to do some consulting and help him find equipment, but the more that I learned about this project, kind of the more passionate that I got about just the whole idea of bringing a craft brewery to Vietnam and introducing that culture to good beer for the first time. So it wasn't too long after we had started that dialogue that I realized this was something I needed to go do myself.
I'm going, obviously, to be very supportive to Alex and do everything I can, and I also have a really great opportunity to learn a lot about marketing and PR for this new company in a foreign country, and I feel like I get to take a lot out from that and get to help spread the craft beer world over there and help write articles, and I'm writing a blog about it. And
we are definitely going to be brewing all new recipes at the brewery in Vietnam. There's a couple considerations. One is that they have never been exposed to beer that is brewed the way that craft beer is in the United States, using the highest quality ingredients and very traditional brewing methods in order to enhance flavors. Right now, the most popular style of beer, and essentially the only style of beer available, is in an industrial adjunct lager. So there's definitely going to be some education about what beer should taste like when it's made properly. But at the same time, I think it's going to fall very well. They have a very refined food culture over there, some of the best food in the world. And I'm really excited to use a lot of their local ingredients, a lot of their herbs and spices, or coffees, chocolates, and infuse those into the beer to have an American-style craft beer with a distinctly Vietnamese flavor that's also tied into that. And I think that's something that'll really resonate with the Vietnamese people themselves and help introduce them to craft beer.
there are also a lot of expats that go into Vietnam. They get about 3 million visitors each year just in Ho Chi Minh City, which is where we're going to be going, and a lot of Australians and Britons and a lot of people like that, where craft beer is already blowing up, as in Australia. There are so many craft breweries out there, and a lot of people are going to be really welcoming to the idea of having a craft brewery that is with local influence and brewed locally, because they haven't experienced it.
I completely agree, and that's kind of fortunate that we will have initially a base of an educated beer consumer that really appreciates what we'll be doing over there. And there's a lot of styles for if we're going to brew like an English mild or an American style IPA or an English style IPA. Those beers are always tasting at their best when they're fresh, and this will be the only option to get a beer of that style fresh in Saigon. So.